Hello there guys, it's me and Stable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 39 of Crusader Kings 3 on our Mercia to Britannia journey, which we have actually come to the end of. We have managed to form the Empire of Britannia, which we did in the last video. However, before I continue on with that, or sorry, I should say before I bring that to an end, what I actually want to do is see how much more land we can take. Just this one last video in the hopes of being able to clear up some of this border gore, specifically because this land should be a part of the Empire of Britannia. Alba should be part of Britannia. So we're going to go and see what we can get done. I don't want to drag this out because it can take a long time when you can only grab a county here and a county there. It's not always a quick thing to do. So with that in mind, I'm not going to be going into lots more episodes. I will probably keep the save file, and I may decide to come back to it at some point in the future. But as of right now, I think we're just going to carry on with just trying to grab what's easy to grab. I'm going to move over there and attempt to pop off that army. Oh, there are a few other armies that are forming over here. Let's get this siege done because that should happen quite soon. My son, ever since I learned that my wife Empress Marie has been unfaithful to our union, I took with suspicion upon everyone close to her, every passing courtier and my own children. I do not question the heritage of my son Andrew lightly, but the doubt is gnawing on my mind. Need to make sure, of course he's my son. I mean, I guess we can check. Let's roll the dice, see what happens. If we get an illegitimate son, then it might be one fewer for the titles to be split between, as long as we don't choose to legitimize him. There we go. You're sieging there. You've finished that siege. You can go and siege that. I think this army is actually strong enough to deal with most of these hostile armies that are around. We're at 93% on this, so it's not going to take an awfully long time for this war to be over now. 94%, and we're about to grab another county there. My wife is with child, and I should be overjoyed. However, she's been acting strange, and I cannot shake the feeling that something is wrong. Would not put it past her to bear someone else's child simply to torture me. Look into it discreetly. I mean, she's got a 100. She likes us like 100, you know? Why would you do that? The long rest. Oh, mother. Is that our mother has died in house arrest? Did that cause us stress? It didn't look like we gained any stress for it. I'd be surprised if we didn't. Suspicion is laid to rest. It seems that my fears have been unfounded. Despite every effort on the part of my spies, I have found no indication that she's been unfaithful. Unfortunately, she found out about my suspicion and is very disappointed in me. So she's lost some opinion, but that's fine. I think she'll get it back. In fact, we can instantly fix that. No, she's still at 100. She's still at 100. We should get that plus 60 bonus from being a lover. The war's over as well, by the way. I just heard the little... So let's go and do that. Excellent. So be it. Gained a province. Or gained a county. Which it wasn't mine. I was pressing it for somebody else. So that should be fine. All good stuff. What have we got here? Prisoners can be ransomed. I do like ransoming prisoners. 25 gold for you and 50 gold for you. So we do oh, armies. I was going to say, why are we using so much money? It's because the armies are raised. Why are we still... Is it because we've got this being raided thing? Yeah, I'm not bothered about that. Disband all the armies. So save us some money. Blessed are the meek. I was shocked when I caught Patrick trying to steal from the travel chest when of the visiting Earl Guthmund. He gave me an impressive speech on how he understood why what he had done was wrong. Keep the trait humble. Yes, keep the trait humble and don't give me any stress. So we could carry on building up. I mean, we should. I'm making decent money. Let's get that maxed out, you know. We want to be strong here. I can lawfully imprison the Empress. See, what I was going to do is if opinion did drop too low, I could just pardon her because I can lawfully imprison her, and then that way it would improve again. So we're probably going to have a truce with you for a little while. Yeah, we do. So the question then becomes, do we want to have a go at fighting with you? Bear in mind, I can't really get my... what allies do I still have? I'm still allied with West Francia. I'm actually still allied to West Asturias, considering that I ducked out of that war. I think it just hurt me on prestige more than anything. Can we not ask for any money from our head of faith? I'm surprised if we can't. I didn't see the option there. We can create the Duchy of Leinster. Sure, we'll create it. And I'll give it to somebody else. Sort that out in a moment. Let's deal with this first. The young mediator. There was a commotion amongst the children today. Gerberge was attempting to preach among her fellow youngsters and became the target of a small fight. Andrew intervened and managed to stop the fight before anyone got hurt. So that's my son and a guest. Keep the trait calm, or you can lose calm and gain brave. He's not our oldest son, so we'll just have him keeping calm. Now then, has that put me over the duchy limit? I think I'll probably have more anyway. Yeah, too many duchies. So, the duchy we just formed. Which duchy was it I just grabbed? Leinster. You're the Earl of Leinster. You're quite powerful though, aren't you? Let's give it to you, just to annoy the other guy. Petty Kingdom of Leinster. There you go. Enjoy. That'll create some problems between them. Not my problem. I just don't want this one guy getting too powerful, although that already seems like that's going to happen. So what would happen if... Right, are you at war with anybody else right now? You are in a war with somebody else. If I was to declare a war on you for these claims here, you are inferior. You're not vastly inferior, but you are inferior. I don't have a lot of money though, that's the problem right now. I'm going to keep it on speed 4 and just try and get a little bit of money in the bank. Because the problem is, at this point in time, if I were to declare war here, I'd be out of money within a couple of months. Because it cost me about nearly 30 gold a month just to keep my my army around. That's my daughter growing up. Let's go ahead and send the marriage proposal. Does that actually give me another ally? It does. Notable guests arriving. Come on, give me some more money. I kind of wish now that my steward wasn't over here. Oh, we've got another another crusade coming. Sure. You know, I think one day this might be worth keeping the crusade for, just because one day we might actually win one. Not going to appoint a beneficiary yet. We'll wait until the crusade actually gets called. And maybe that'll be something interesting to do for another video, just actually, because that's the point of Crusader Kings, right? The game is based around the Crusades. So far this series, we've been involved in 2 Crusades, and both of them went terribly badly. So it would be nice to actually win one. It looks like my vassals are still fighting amongst themselves over here in order to try and... Well, not fighting amongst themselves, actually, but my vassals look like they might still be trying to grab some stuff from Alba. So we'll just leave all that carrying on doing what it wants. I'm not even bothered about that in the slightest. Come on, give me some money. I think really, ideally, I want to be over 500 before attempting this war, and it would be a long war as well. I mean, they are inferior in terms of their army numbers, but it's close, and they also have a lot of land that's over here, and I don't know if I can be bothered to move, you know, and it's split as well. They've got this, they've got this, they've got this here, they've got this. I mean, I guess West Francia could go over there and give them a bit of a kicking, but the whole thing's just messy. So I'd prefer not to have to go over there. to deal with that. And it just means the war will take a lot longer. Embarking on boats costs gold. You take attrition, which means you then have to replenish your troops, which costs gold. It takes longer to get there, which costs more gold in maintenance. So yeah, it's going to be an expensive war. Available perks, sappers. So we'll take that. It's a very, very minor increase. But then if we can get to the next one, we gain strategist, and that's nice for the +3 martial. And crossing water without penalties is also nice. Although I think I already have that, don't I? Yeah, because we've got the forwarder thing. But the extra 3 martial is just well worth it anyway, because that'll put us up to 21. I go to find my empress, my wife, in her study, only to be greeted by an empty room. Leisurely leafing through her papers, I come across something that is undeniably plans against my guest, who I don't care about. It's nothing. Come on, get me some money. Well, I'll let the stewardship. I'll let the steward finish promoting culture here, because he is nearly done. He's not the best steward, but we can't fire him. Could we get better anyones? We can't get a better chancellor. We can't get a better marshal. We can't get a better spy master, and I can't fire you yet. So, and unfortunately, we're stuck with the crappy archbishop. So all in all, can't really do anything about that. Children like guardians, that is fine. It's only the oldest ones that I really need to be bothered about. Rumour and speculation. She's heard some interesting stories about my guest. Is a non-believer. It's nice learning that all these other people are non-believers because it reduces my stress. Somebody's plotting to kill my guest. Well, yes, I know it's my wife. Not sure what that matters. Do we still have a physician? Yes, we do. Can we ransom off any of these prisoners? Let's just get rid of these children. Crusade for Jerusalem. Well, let's go yes. Even though we've not, we'll get a beneficiary here. Let's go for the nephew. Fine. So, do we actually want to get involved in this war? The question is, how much of a shit show is it going to be? Because every other time I've gone down here, it's all gone rather badly. I think right now, because I'm definitely like the biggest power involved in this. Look at Britannia compared to everybody else. I mean, obviously Rome's not too small, but the other people getting involved in this are tiny. So I've got... we're actually... Oh, it's the Holy Order going in. I'm not going to jump right in on this one. Schema discovered. So he loses 100 opinion of Marie. That's... Well, she loses 100 opinion of Marie. That's fine. All of my armies now rising up and getting ready to go to war. Somebody's plotting to kill me. Well, that's not good. So... Oh, wow. Alba's in the right mess, isn't it? So maybe, just maybe... What's happening to Inverness here? Are you guys all now separate? Yeah, but I can't declare a war on you. Something weird is going on in Alba. So we could... Something weird's going on with a lot of counties here. Oh, yes, because all of these are owned by, like, holy orders. So... Yeah, I'd like to do this. I really would like to jump in and do this. The problem is, before we even get there, we're going to run out of money. Actually, is that true? Because it's a holy war. Yeah, we are paying money. I thought you didn't pay money in a holy war. So I'm going to disband the armies here because I don't want to spend all this money. I don't want to spend... Why did these ones not get disbanded? Got to do it one at a time. Fine. Yeah, I don't want to spend all that money. Can we raise the holy order? Yeah, I'm just going to wait. It would cost me far too much money. The Omen. A local mystic insisted on seeing me. Upon being brought into my presence, he started wailing. And is that blood on his hands? The signs are not in your favour, my lord. I spilled the intestines of a hen, and the blood showed me your future. It's dark and full of death. Well, that's ominous. What does bad omen give us? A moderate health penalty. Well, that seems rather poor. Yeah, maybe if I actually want to grab this land up here, what I need to do is just wait for the crusade to, you know, fail, which is most likely to do. So yeah, I can't go to... All these holy orders have risen at the moment, which is a bit of a pain. This is our son and player heir. He has now grown up. He is still mostly an astute intellectual, which is not a bad thing. I mean, having someone with a bit of learning would help us catch up a little bit in tech, because we are a little bit behind. And he's got a reasonable martial skill. But he's humble and ambitious. I mean, I guess that's not too terrible. Is he also a homosexual? Yep. So he might have trouble continuing the dynasty. I've discovered that someone's inherited contract obliges him to more than we have collected. Time to right the wrong. That's fine. So yeah, you see at the moment we've got all these little bits... On the map at the moment we've got all these little bits of weird border gore going on. That's because these are the holy orders. I'm sparring with one of my soldiers, sweat beading on my forehead, when I experience the uncanny sensation of being watched. Looking over my shoulder, I spot my vassal Duke Rio Frith, who waves at me. I walk over to greet him. We talk about weapon practice for a while, trading tricks and advice. Just as I'm about to leave for another round, his face lights up and he suggests we practice together. So what are the possible outcomes? We can lose 35 prestige, and he can lose 10 opinion of us, or we can have a prestige challenge where we gain 100 martial lifestyle experience and we gain practice duel, or he takes the advantage and we only gain 50. Doesn't look like I'm going to get injured or anything in there. Although I can surrender. So we lost this. I can surrender and gain 20 stress, or only cowards surrender. There's a 30% chance... Well, basically, there's a 70% chance here that I become wounded. We can afford to take the stress. It's probably not worth becoming wounded, simply because we don't want to have the issue of... we've got that health penalty, so that'll be really bad. Why are all these... Oh, they're going around the... I don't think we need to get directly involved in this fight, you know, given how that is. It has come to my attention that some local commoners are moving to Winchester, the capital of my rival. Locals have settled on... locals, newly settled or not, praising me can surely do no harm to his perception of me. Sure. So how are things going in the war? Doesn't look like anyone's actually arrived there yet. Making acquaintances. Andrew seemed to enjoy our latest feast immensely. He got along quite well with everyone he spoke to, even the adult guests. Gregarious is a good trait. Diplomacy, attraction, opinion, personal scheme, power. Yeah, definitely keep that. I just want to see how the Crusade's going. Oh man, will you stop giving me pop-ups? An attempt on my life. Ah, it is he. I throw away my covers the moment I feel something brush against my leg, but the swift movement only agitates the spider. The spider moves swiftly and strikes. The spider's venom spread with a burning sensation through my body, but I called for my position at once. It was a painful endeavour, but as the sun rose, the pain of the poison was finally letting go. This was undoubtedly the work of that cocky boar Duke Sidafort. I will make him regret this. Gain watchful, lose 100% opinion of him. We can rightly imprison him. Interesting. Murder scheme on me has been abandoned. Can we just... Oh, we're already 7% in this particular war. Let's just go over here. And we can imprison him. Let us imprison him. If we fail, he will rise up in rebellion. And he may do that. He has risen up in rebellion. Let's do this. Let's. This is going to be how it all ends. Before we raise the armies, let's go and move our rally point. So this is basically the guy down here. He does have some random territory like all over the place, which is really annoying. But let's go and raise our armies down here. Now this is going to cost us some money. Well aware of this. There's a lot of border gore. We're just going to go down here and stomp his armies, basically. He might jump into... Oh, I got there too early because my army was split. I think we're going to get there in time to reinforce, though. So that should go our way quite nicely. Oh, empty council position. You can be our chancellor. There we go. There's the army giving a good kicking. Let's get the army that has... actually, let's do it this way. The siege equipment, which is this one. That's the one I'm leading as well, so I feel a little bit safer not being directly involved in the fight. And then the rest of the army is going to go and chase his army down. So that's not what I even tried to click on. Yeah, so we'll just go and see if we can take the fight to him while I siege this province down here. Ecstatic peasantry. Graciously accept their gifts. Do we want to lose some control to gain that much money and the dread? No, let's do county reinvestment. Let's help sort of build the place up. That's ideally where we want to be. So we should win this battle easily enough. There we go. Up to 33%. We definitely want to win this siege as well. We'll keep the army moving. Siege is almost done. My daughter, ever since I learned that my wife Empress Maria has been unfaithful. Oh yeah, it's the... Daughters don't really matter that much. I mean, you might as well legitimize daughters because you can just use them for marriages and alliances. It's male heirs that you really want to stop and think about whether you want to legitimize them, because there's always the fact that if you have a lot of male heirs that everything's going to get split between a lot of people. We have an empty count. Right, the steward. We can finally put a good steward into place. And that's a lot of notifications. Enemies have left the war. We are losing the crusade, by the way. I have just noticed that. 64% here. We probably need to go and siege something else out if we want to end this war. Bubonic plague outbreak. Oh, Isaac of Mercia has gained blue. Oh, lots of stuff going on. Ally left the war. Yeah, so this is our nephew. Oh, that doesn't look good. Enemy combatant slain. Bubonic plague. A killer in our midst. Oh dear, who's this? Is our son. Yet another soul stands at death's door. The dreaded buboes marring his skin. Poor son Uthred is fighting for his life. The taint possessing his flesh is a danger to us all. While he remains afflicted, no life at court is safe. The physician wants to know how my son should be treated. Time has come for drastic measures. He's now disfigured, but he no longer has the bubonic plague. We've got another martial skill, so let's grab that straight away. So now we've gained the trait strategist. So that puts us up to 21 martial, so that really helps things out. So let's get rid of some of this. So, yeah. You're going to... Oh, you're trying to siege my capital out. Oh, there's another one. It's another son. Drastic measures again. We're just disfiguring all of our children. But that's fine. I thought I told you guys to move over there and get involved with that fight. See, sieges are happening. We've got a sieging army down here. Oh dear, now the wife's got it. Well, we don't want to... Oh dear. Just be cautious. She gained aggravated wound. Oh dear. That bubonic plague. Right, he's broken up his siege. Let's see if we can chase him down. Quite a quick army there. I could have swore I had something that gave me... Oh dear, now I've got it. Oh, this could be terrible. You're at death's doorstep. Do no more than is necessary. A little brighter. Relaxing your breathing, he instructed me. The feather in his hand looked almost ethereal as he began to gently brush me under the nose. Evil be gone, he urged as I sneezed loudly. The strange tickling turned out to be just what I needed. For now, the worst symptoms are alleviated. The world seems a little brighter. Reduced disease symptoms. I'm not too sure that this quackery is helping with that. But we do have the Empire, so, I mean, at least the succession is relatively safe. But yes, we are potentially dying. 2 years ago, you promised to aid me in the crusade. So far, you have done nothing to support me in this endeavour. I could give him some money. Let's give him some money, and I realise that that puts us very, very low on money, but I'm hoping that this particular war here is going to end very, very soon. And indeed it does, so there we go. So he's now imprisoned. We're still at death's door. I'm going to disband the armies. We're going to get rid of all of these, and I think this is probably where I'm going to wrap things up. It's in a bit of a strange state because we're, you know, potentially dying. Neither of us are looking particularly healthy right now. We've disfigured 2 of our sons. We are in a crusade that is currently losing. We're almost bankrupt. But we have formed the empire. That was the point of this. And as I said in a previous video, maybe at some point I will come back and revisit this. And potentially look at seeing where we can go from here. But I'm generally pleased. I'd struggled to be able to form Britannia the last few times that I'd done this. So I think I've got to the point now where I'm getting a much better understanding of the differences in mechanics between Crusader Kings 3 and CKIII. I guess there's a couple of people we can ransom off here as well. Not that it makes a huge deal of difference at this point, but sure. Let's go ahead and do it. You're staying in there, unfortunately. You're never leaving. Yeah, let's just... in case I come back to this game, but of course at which point I will have forgotten it. Let's just exclude you from any mass actions. So there we are. We started off with the tiny Petty King. Well, it wasn't that tiny, I guess, but the Petty Kingdom of Mercia. Worked our way up, gaining the Kingdom of England, and then later Wales, and formed the Empire of Britannia. Border aside, I think that was a decent achievement for the first sort of lengthy CK3 campaign that I've had since the game has released. Quite liking the changes that Paradox have been making to it. Looking forward to seeing some of the DLC. It feels like it's coming a little bit slowly. The game has been out for 6 months or so already. If you look at CK2, I mean, obviously that's been out, like, I don't know, nearly a decade now, but that has a lot of DLC. So, yeah, let's see what they find to add to CK3. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this series. If you have, please do consider leaving a like on the videos. It really does help the channel to grow. And I will see you on the next video, whatever that is. So, until then, goodbye for now.